Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A person who receives something. The semantic role of the animate entity that is passively involved in the happening denoted by the verb in the clause. A football player who catches, or is supposed to catch, a forward pass. Law. A person, usually appointed by a court of law, who liquidates assets or preserves them for the benefit of affected parties. A person who receives something. Set that receives radio or TV signals. Earphone that converts electrical signals into sounds. The tennis player who receives the serve. The semantic role of the animate entity that is passively involved in the happening denoted by the verb in the clause. A credit card processing bank. Merchants receive credit for credit card receipts less a processing fee. A corporation gaining financial control over another corporation or financial institution through a payment in cash or an exchange of stock. A person who acquires something, usually permanently. The financial institution that dispenses cash in automated teller machines and collects a fee from the bank that issued the credit card. Linguistics. The underlying relation that a constituent has with the main verb in a clause. Linguistics. The underlying relation that a constituent has with the main verb in a clause. One to whom something is addressed. Someone to whom the title of property is transferred. The recipient of an annuity. Law. The party to whom something is assigned, e.g., someone to whom a right or property is legally transferred. The semantic role of the intended recipient who benefits from the happening denoted by the verb in the clause. The recipient of funds or other benefits. Having or arising from a benefice. A beneficiary baron. Someone who receives something on the promise to return it or its equivalent. A member of a conference. A person on whom something is bestowed. 6 honorary were conferred. The conferees were. The person to whom merchandise is delivered over. A person who relies on another person for support, especially financial support. Contingent on something else. Addicted to a drug. Held from above and hanging down. Of a clause, unable to stand alone syntactically as a complete sentence. A subordinate, or dependent, clause functions as a noun or adjective or adverb within a sentence. Being under the power or sovereignty of another or others. A dependent prince. A person who relies on another person for support, especially financial support. Contingent on something else. Addicted to a drug. Relying on or requiring a person or thing for support, supply, or what is needed. Dependent children. The recipient of funds or other benefits. Someone to whom the title of property is transferred. A recipient of a grant. A person who is entitled by law or by the terms of a will to inherit the estate of another. A person who inherits some title or office. A person who is entitled by law or by the terms of a will to inherit the estate of another. A recipient of honors in recognition of noteworthy accomplishments. A person who acts as host at formal occasions, makes an introductory speech and introduces other speakers. Computer science. a computer that provides client stations with access to files and printers as shared resources to a computer network. Archaic terms for army. The owner or manager of an inn. A vast multitude. An animal or plant that nourishes and supports a parasite. It does not benefit and is often harmed by the association. Any organization that provides resources and facilities for a function or event. Atlanta was chosen to be host for the Olympic Games. A person who invites guests to a social event, such as a party in his or her own home, and who is responsible for them while they are there. A technical name for the bread used in the service of Mass or Holy Communion. Be the host of or for. We hosted 4 couples last night. Medicine. Recipient of transplanted tissue or organ from a donor. A person who is entitled by law or by the terms of a will to inherit the estate of another. The recipient of a mandate. The recipient of a mandate. A territory surrendered by Turkey or Germany after World War I and put under the tutelage of some other European power until they are able to stand by themselves. Required by rule. Attendance is mandatory. A person to whom money is paid. A person who receives support and protection from an influential patron who furthers the protege's career. A written assurance that some product or service will be provided or will meet certain specifications. A customer to whom a warrant or guarantee is given. A recipient of a warrant issued by a court in the United States. The intended recipient of a message. Someone who transfers or is transferred from one position to another. Law. Someone to whom a title or property is conveyed.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.